Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily tarot reading. This is going to be for May the 16th, and we are going to start with Aries, just like usual. Thank you so much for stopping by and sharing some of your precious time with me. Thank you for the thumbs ups and the shares on this video. And thank you also to those of you who are ordering private readings from me. It is your support at every level that allows me to do what I love to do for my living. So thank you very much. All right, so Aries, what you guys have showing up is the Ace of Stones in reverse, Five of Stones right side up, and the Blasted Oak. Okay, so Aries, what's going on here? Aries, you've got the Ace of Stones in reverse plus the Five of Stones. This is telling me that you are I think that your world has turned upside down and you are sort of wading through this. You are expecting that if you just hold out long enough, then everything will turn right back again. So something in your world definitely has turned upside down. You are waiting it out because you feel like it'll come back to rights here shortly. This is coming up on the 16th. And why is this happening? Because you've got the Blasted Oak. This is some kind of major shakeup that has happened for you, Aries. May be happening on the 16th, may have happened before that, but some kind of major shakeup. And you kind of have the attitude, well, yeah, I know there's been a major shakeup. I know some things are turned upside down in my world right now, but if I remain calm and I just tough this out, then things are going to turn back around. That's what we see coming up there. And honestly, with this card, yeah, things are going to get better. This kind of boots you out of a situation where you felt really secure, and you look around for things that make you feel secure again to replace whatever this old situation was, and you find out that the new situation is better than the old one. I'm a little concerned here, Aries, because instead of me seeing you looking around for, okay, what's the next situation? How do I replace this? You're kind of waiting. It's almost like you're waiting for this to come back and reverse itself. You're not actually out there actively looking at, okay, well, what can I do to take the place of that thing that used to make me feel secure? That worries me because that can slow down the process of finding that thing that's actually better for you. Hello there, Zuli. Good morning. Alta Pot Guider. Hey, I don't know if I've seen you in the room before. I hope I pronounced your name right. Welcome. Glad you're here. So that was Aries. Let's take a peek next at Taurus. And this is going to be Taurus for May the 16th. All right, Taurus. By the way, this is my Wildwood Tarot that I'm using for your reading. You guys have the Green Man showing up in reverse. Happiness showing up right side up. And my frustration card. Okay, so Taurus. Green Man in reverse and happiness. These two almost never go together, Taurus. One of two things is happening. Let me see which one it is. Okay, so yep, first impression was the right one. I just wanted to double check that. So Taurus, it looks like you're interacting with somebody on the 16th who is basically a narcissistic person. One of the things about narcissistic people is, what it takes to make them happy is somebody completely adoring them. And a lot of times one person adoring them is not enough. But we see that you're interacting with somebody who does have strong narcissistic tendencies at the very least, and they are happy. That's kind of a scary thing, to be honest with you. And why is this happening? Because you have put yourself through a lot of frustration to make them happy. Something about a narcissistic person is that happiness is something that is a moving target. As soon as you think you've achieved whatever it is that's going to make them happy, well, now they need this other thing, or now they need more, or now they need it different. So this is because of you putting in a lot of time and energy and really being frustrated with the situation. As you've done it, you have actually made a narcissistic person happy. Yay for you. You better mark it on the calendar because they don't stay happy long. But yay for you, definitely on that. Let's see. Excuse me just a second. Ha ha. So Cindy Lou, hello, hello. Oh no, Cindy, are you still married to this person? They seem so wonderful at first. All right, excuse me for that. My housemate sent me a message wanting to know if I wanted to go out of town with her, and obviously I can't just shut down the video right now and do that, but I needed to let her know. Oh, good. I'm happy for you. I dated a guy like that for like 4 years, and it was a lot of off and on before I finally got strong enough to say, that's enough of that. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever gave that to me. I do appreciate that. Thank you also to those of you who are sharing this video with other people who might find it helpful as well. And of course, thank you to those of you who are ordering private readings from me. I do those either by phone or by Skype. They're always a lot of fun. So thank you for all of your support at every single level. Now, Geminis, let's look at your card. You have the happiness card as well, but it's coming up in reverse. You also have the frustration card coming up in reverse. I like to see that one in reverse. And we have the Nine of Bows, or my respect card, coming up in reverse for you as well. So Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. I feel like you guys, Geminis, first of all, I want to say I feel like you have a new perspective or a different perspective than usual on the 16th. That's the first impression that's coming through for me. But let's take a look at the cards and dive into this a little bit. Okay, so Geminis, you have found yourself really unhappy because you've been doing some things that have been causing a lot of frustration in your life lately. And so I think what's going on here with this frustration card being in reverse and the happiness card being in reverse, I think you're really unhappy, but I think you have finally stopped putting yourself through the frustration. You're at a point of realizing, you know what I'm doing isn't working. I need to stop that. I kind of sense too that you're in the point of looking at, okay, well, this isn't working. I can't keep going like this. What do I need to do to get to my happiness? And that may be your different perspective going on here as you're looking at different ways to find your happiness. Why is this happening? Because there's been a lack of respect. Somebody has not been respecting you. They haven't been respecting the energy and the effort that you've been putting into something. And because there's no respect coming back from this other person, I think that's really what is changing your perspective. That's making you feel like, you know what? Everything I'm doing isn't respected. It isn't, why am I doing this? I'm stopping. I'm stopping this frustration. I'm not going to beat my brains out trying to get this done for somebody whenever it's not helping anything. It's just making me frustrated. They're not happy. I'm not happy because they're not happy. They're totally disrespectful. So you're not going through that anymore. You're not making yourself unhappy by putting out all this effort anymore. You're shutting that down. And you're getting a new perspective about, well, what can you do that you can be happy? Now, Geminis, are you trying to be happy by making somebody else happy? Or are you looking for what makes you happy because it makes you happy? Just something to think about. Cancers, you guys are up next. This is going to be Cancers for May the 16th. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da da da. La, da, 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 la, da, da, da. Okay, Cancers. 9 of Vessels in reverse. Ace of Bows. And Rebirth in reverse. Okay. Cancers, you feel like you have a really great idea about something, and it's something you're really excited about and you want to move forward with, but the energy around you is blocked. So this is something that is not moving forward right now. And it's not moving forward because there's just a lot of resistance in the energy around you. Okay. Why is this happening? Darn it, guys. It's happening because of the 8 of Vessels in reverse. You guys have come back to a situation that was leaving you depleted before, Cancers. Was leaving you depleted before. Why are you going back? Really? Okay. So going back to a situation that was leaving you depleted before, because you have this great idea of something that can make it work this time, but there's a lot of resistance to that great idea, and it's not going to get to move forward because of that resistance. Basically, Cancers, what I'm picking up is you're going back to something that you think you can make different, so it's going to work this time. The other people involved in this have no intentions of doing anything any differently than it's always been done. They just want you back. They don't want to change anything. They were not the ones who were miserable when you were around. You were the one who was miserable, not them, because this was not a situation with even give and take, whether it's an employment situation, a personal situation, whatever that is. Okay. Leos, you guys are up next. This is going to be Leo for May the 16th. Okay, Leos. First thing that we have showing up for you guys is the Knight of Vessels in reverse. Second thing is the Page of Arrows, or the Wren, in reverse. And we have the third card is my clearance card, also in reverse. What's going on with you, Leos? Leos, Leos, Leos. Interesting. Very, very interesting, Leos. What you have showing up here is telling me that you are looking very creatively for different solutions that other people might not consider acceptable in some kind of situation. And that some of the solutions that you're looking for may have to do with the occult or the arcane. Okay, so you may be getting readings, you may be having Reiki done, you may be having some kind of shamanistic, maybe you're going to a sweat lodge, but you're looking for answers to problems, and you're looking for them in some kind of metaphysical, spiritual, occult, arcane type of way. All right, you're checking this out. You're checking out that those secrets of the universe, as I call them, those things that really influence our world that we are not taught about in 4th grade. I don't know why. So you are wanting to solve a problem, and you're looking into the secret of the universe to see if it's realistic to expect that maybe that could help you with your problem. Why is this happening? Because you have something that you've been trying to clear. You have an obstacle or an obstruction that you've been trying to clear for a while, maybe resistance you've been trying to clear, and it hasn't been moving. It hasn't been going anywhere. It's stuck. And because it's stuck, you're looking into a spiritual fix for that. Okay. I was almost on my soapbox for that one, Leos. Everybody out there is going almost. All right. Next up is Virgo. This is going to be Virgo for May the 16th. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I appreciate that. Also, thank you for sharing this video. The more you guys do that, the more of these videos, both of these, the thumbs ups and the shares, the more of these free videos get around to people and can help people. So that is fantastic. And of course, always thank you so much for ordering private readings from me. Those come either via telephone or Skype. All of those allow me to do what I love to do for my living, so I do appreciate them all. Every level of support is appreciated. All right, who are we looking at here? This is Virgo. Is that right? Yep. Okay, Virgos, you guys have the responsibility card in reverse, the links in reverse, and you have the ecstasy card in reverse. All right, so Virgos, what's going on here? So Virgos, you're dropping some kind of responsibility. And the reason you're dropping it is because things have not been balanced in this situation. So you've been putting in more energy and more effort. Somebody's not meeting you halfway. And so you're deciding, you know what, I'm not carrying this thing all by myself. I'm just putting down this responsibility. Now, the 10 of Bows in reverse can be walking away from a relationship. I've seen it come up like that for many times. So that can be one way of putting down responsibility. This can also be walking away from a job if it's not paying well enough. Okay. But there's some kind of responsibility that it's not balanced. You're putting in way more than the other party. And so you're walking away from this because you're just sick of the unfairness of it. Now, why is this happening? Well, we just kind of touched on that. Because you're sick of it and you're letting somebody know, look, something has to give here. Now, with this card talks about ecstasy, but it's actually talking about an old ritual that was done with some kind of natural substance. I think it was made into a tea or something like that. And people would drink it to get closer to spirit. Basically, it would give them hallucinations and it was supposed to make them feel happy. But I call it my false happiness card because I'm kind of all about, getting into an altered state without having to put anything in my body, just through meditation and connecting with spirit. So to me, I've always seen this as false happiness. This is artificially induced happiness. So it's in reverse. So because it's in reverse, this is going from where you have been, Virgos, where you have been just pretending that's everything is okay, pasting a smile on your lips, that false happiness, pretend happiness, fake it till you make it type of thing, pretending like you're happy when you weren't. Okay. So what you've done is instead of pretending like you're happy when you're not, now you've switched gears. You've gone to, you know what, something has to give. And I think you've told somebody something has to give. And guess what? They didn't take you very seriously. Nothing gave. Now you're walking. You're walking and you ain't talking. You're done. Okay. Already happened for you, Zuli. Gotcha. Amethyst. Hey, hey. Glad to see you here, my dear. Wow. Wow. Alrighty, let's look at who's next. Libra. Next up is Libra for May 16th. I think that's a very empowering experience that you Virgos are having, actually. Okay, Libra, let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. Libra, Libra. All right, so Libras, you guys have the Knight of Arrows, the Pole Star, and the Two of Bows in reverse. What is going on here for Libras? Oh, I like it. So Libra, Knight of Arrows pretty much fits you. You guys are an air sign, and the arrows is all about the air sign. Knight is taking some kind of action, logical action, but it's interesting that that comes up with the pole star because this action is also lining up with your intuition as well. So you're following that inner guidance system that you're combining your intuition with your natural logical personality. What a win-win. Now, why is this happening? Because there's a situation where you should have had a choice about something, but somebody's trying to say that you don't have a choice, that you have to do certain things. You're looking at that and you're going, that doesn't make sense. There are options available to me here. And you're using your logic and your intuition to go with the best possible option in spite of this other person saying, oh no, there's only one way to handle it. Okay, so that's for Libras. Next up, we have Scorpio. All right, let's look at Scorpios. Scorpio, my fellow Scorpios, for May the 16th. We got some stuff going on. All right, Scorpios, here's what we have. The Wheel. Yay, yay. Four vessels in reverse. Yay, yay. And the Journey. All right, guys. We actually have a really good thing showing up for the 16th. So what's going on here with Scorpios? What we're doing is we have some things that have disappointed us. Definitely. That's showing up with that Four of Vessels in reverse. But we're not paying that much attention to them. We are focusing on the opportunities that are still around us, that are still ahead. We're not letting the disappointments get us down. And because we're doing that, well, I don't know. Maybe these are working together. But the Wheel of Fortune is showing up, which means that these opportunities that we're focusing on, things are going very well with those. Things are going very well with those. Why is this happening? Because of the Journey. This would normally be the Death card in any other deck. I really like it. The Death card is a depiction of Scorpio to start with, but I really like this in this deck. I know some of you are just like grabbing your hats right now and shredding them in your hands, but I like this in this deck because, first of all, look at that moon. A lot of us Scorpios are intuitive. That's not just a me thing. That's heavy duty in any water sign, especially Scorpio, though. You've got your black crows or your ravens there going back and forth between realms. That makes perfect sense for Scorpios and for that intuitiveness. And look what's going on with the bones here. Something is being taken down to the bare bones. And what happens when something is taken down to the bare bones? Then it gets to be rebuilt. So this is definitely talking about a transition. It's talking about a heavily spiritually oriented transition. Okay. So we are definitely going through some kind of major change, Scorpio. It may be that we're completing that change or that we're just beginning that change. This is a process. This is not a 24-hour deal, I will tell you right now. But we are making some kind of major transition in the way we look at things and in our lives and in what we are calling valuable to ourselves. And as that's happening on the 16th, those things that were disappointing, we're not so disappointed by them anymore. We're like, whatever. Next, what's the next opportunity? Let's focus on the next good thing coming up. And things are going really well for us. I like it. I like it a lot. According to these cards, if she happens to fall into the category that, like, I'm reading for, she will. Like, the disappointments are going to be like, okay, yeah, that happened. What I'm thinking about now is this thing that I'm working towards. When we get in that mode, you have to, if you want us to think about the disappointments, you almost have to kind of remind us because we're too busy focusing on where we're going next. Like, we've already taken that, we've acknowledged it, we've accepted it, now we're moving forward. That's what's coming up there. That's a tear out the rearview mirror type of thing. All right, so that was for Scorpios. Let's look at Sagittarius next. This is going to be Sagittarius for the 16th of May. Takes a long time for us to acknowledge something is done, though, because we're incredibly loyal. Once we get there, yeah, no more rearview mirror needed. Sagittarius, May the 16th. All right, Sagittarius. You've got the horse. You also have the exploitation card. And you have the great bear. Okay, so Sagittarius. With the horse and the exploitation card, what's going on is you're doing something to improve your value in the tangible world. You could be getting an education, you could be making investments. You're doing something to make yourself stronger tangibly. Okay? So this is not like spiritual strength. This is tangible strength. And you're doing this because you are you've just determined that you're tired of other people getting credit or pay or glory for things that you can do just as easily, but just because they have the education and you don't. So they get more credit or glory or faster promotions or whatever. Or because they have more investments that you could be making, but because you're not, you haven't built up your credit, or you haven't built up your finances, or you haven't come out of debt. So this could be like, if this is you're working on your credit so you can invest in more investments, this would be, coming out of debt to get yourself into a position where you could, or getting a stash back so that you're in a position where you can. You're doing something to strengthen yourself tangibly so that you are on a more even foot with others. Why is this happening? This is happening because you really saw, Sagittarius, how what you've been doing so far is not working for you the way you want it to work for you. It's not bringing you the things that you want. And because you realize that now, you've decided, okay, I'm going to make a game plan so that I can even the playing field, and I'm going to start working towards that. Okay, so that's what I've got going on with Sagittarius. Next up is Capricorn, and this is going to be Capricorn for May the 16th. Two eights. Capricorns. Eights are building on a foundation that's already in place. So that's your theme energy for the day. We're starting off, though, with a Six of Vessels in reverse, Capricorn. Eight of Bows in reverse. And Eight of Arrows right side up. Capricorns. You have some people in your sphere of influence who you recognize that if they're in your personal life, then they only need to know about personal stuff. If they're in your business life, then they only need to know about business stuff, but the two should not be crossing over. Okay, so whoever these people are that you don't share everything with them, you only share the part of your life that they're involved in with them. It looks to me like you're drifting away from that person or from those people with the Six of Cups in reverse. To me, this is my drift away card. This is not a sudden separation. This is not a confrontation. This is just we don't have that much that we're interested in mutually. And so not that much to talk about type of drift away type thing. Okay. Now, why is this happening? This is happening because there's something that you're struggling with. There's some self-improvement that you are trying to do. Capricorns. I am on Capricorn, right? Yep. You're doing some things to improve yourself, and it has not been easy. And so you've had to take time and really just focus on what it is that you're working on. And because you're focusing on what you're working on, you don't have time to be blah blahing with these people. You don't have time to be pretending you're interested in stuff they're interested in when you're really not. And because you just don't have time to give them energy and attention like you used to, because you have to really put time and focus on whatever it is that you're doing in your world, because it takes that energy and that focus. They're not the priority anymore like they used to be. Taking care of you, moving you forward is the priority right now. Whether you're in school, trying to get through school and studying, whether you're starting your own business and that's taking your time and energy and effort, whatever it is, if you're focusing, there's something going on in your family and you're focusing, whatever it is, you just don't have the time and energy to play with these people. I'm hearing they weren't genuine anyway in most cases. Let's see. Next up, let's do Aquarius. And this is Aquarius for May the 16th. Okay, Aquarius, you guys have the jealousy card in reverse. You have the rebirth card. And you have the Queen of Arrows in reverse. Okay. Aquarius, something has gone on with you and somebody in your sphere of influence that has made you feel really insecure. I won't say jealous, but I do think that whatever it was that made you feel really insecure, that no longer bothers you anymore. Like you're not feeling insecure anymore. I feel like you're more feeling like, okay, I know the facts. I get it. I see the picture now. I see what's up. This isn't that insecurity that comes with not knowing and just kind of worrying about a situation. That's gone now. Because now you know. And because now you know, and you're not feeling insecure, like you know what, I can make it with or without this situation. I can make it with or without this job. I can make it with or without this relationship, whatever this is for you. Because you're not feeling insecure about how well you're going to do with or without this situation in your life. You're walking away from it. You're like, you know what, this is depleting. This is causing me anxiousness. I don't need it. I'm out of here, man. And why are you doing this? Because now that you have the clarity and now that you know the truth and you see it for what it is, with this swan in reverse, you're putting up defenses and you're protecting yourself from being vulnerable. You made yourself too vulnerable in this situation and you've determined you're not going to do that again. You don't want to be that vulnerable again. You don't want that kind of emotional roller coaster that comes with not having the security that you need in a situation like this. Okay, that's for Aquarius. You too, Ms. Zuli, you too. All right, next up we want to take a peek at Pisces. And this is going to be Pisces for May the 16th. Okay, so Pisces, you guys have the eel. You have respect. Excuse me. And you have the wren. Okay. So Pisces, I think that you guys are venturing into a personal relationship or a personal situation that you have not been in before. For some of you, this will be romantic, but I feel like for the most of you, we're not necessarily talking romantic. This can be about some type of relationship that, you know, you're doing things with family members that you haven't done before, or a friendship that's unique and original for you. And I think that you are not only adventuring into this, I think that you are learning a lot from us. You're navigating this situation really by what seems right or what feels right. There's no real handbook here about how this is supposed to work. And so you're feeling your way through it. Excuse me. And then we have the run showing up for why, which kind of confirms that, you know, you're using your inner guidance system to figure out what works in this particular relationship and what doesn't. You're going on your gut feelings or your intuition, your inner voices, however you want to say that. Okay. So that looks like that covers everybody for the day. Thank you all so much for being here. I do appreciate all of you spending some of your precious time with me. Thank you, those of you who gave thumbs ups for this videos and who will be giving thumbs ups for this video. And thank you also to those of you sharing this video with others who may benefit from it as well. And last but not least, thank you to those of you who are ordering private readings from me. It is always such a pleasure to get to spend time with you guys one-on-one. Everybody have a fantastic day, and I'll see you back here for a private reading. And those that I don't see you back here for a private reading, I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out.